Hey everybody, and I wanted to go through a quick tutorial of the assignment for Friday. So when you open up the slavery data analysis assignment, you're going to see two things. You're going to see a copy of the slides, and you're going to see a Google form. And basically, you are going to be, I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to instruct you on some tips. You're going to be working with various charts. Now, two little tips for how to do this. You can make this full screen by clicking present, but then I think with the touchscreen Chromebooks, you can't enlarge parts of the chart. However, if you leave it in this mode, like that, what we're looking at, you can then use your touch screen if it's still working and enlarge what you're looking at. So there are various charts. So we have chart A and chart B and chart C, chart D, E, F, G, and H. Now, I know that you can all see this, but the key is to be able to answer the questions that go along with it. Now, if we, it's good when you go to the Google form, and you can have the form open because it's not locked mode, and you're going to go back and forth. So these questions right here, these two questions are going to be focused on chart A. So the answers are going to come from this chart. It will automatically score your work today, so you'll get that feedback immediately. Now, with that being said, I wanted to show you a quick example of what I might do if I were looking at the chart. So chart A, in order to try to understand each of them, starting with chart A, the first thing you guys have to do is read the title. The title will give you insight into what the chart is showing. So this chart is about slavery in the South. And then I'm going to look at each axis. All right, so the the horizontal axis right here, x-axis, is going to be the years. So the data spans from 1790 through 1860, and it goes in basically 10-year periods here, okay? And on the y-axis, we see the number of slaves starting with 0 to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, and 600,000. Okay, so I know that this is going to track the number of slaves in the South between the years 1790 and 1860. Along the right side is a key. Now, I know it's hard to kind of differentiate between some of these, but you're going to get a general idea. And when we're looking at charts, we're also looking for trends. And if you look, starting from 1790 all the way through 1860, in all cases, these lines, which are really indicating states, are all going up. So right away, I can begin to look at this and say, okay, the number of slaves in the South seem to be going up between the years 1790 and 1860. And some states increase a lot more than others, and some are going up a little bit more slowly. But that's what we want you to do with each chart. We want you to begin to break it down slowly. So as I go through the various slides in here, and I'll present, so we have slavery in the South. We have one on slavery in the North. And again, look at the trends, look at the x-axis, the y-axis, and definitely look at the key. The next chart, chart C, it's about total slave population. Okay, look at the year span on the x-axis and look at the slave population on the y-axis. Okay, and of course you have a key here. All right, now one thing I'm going to tell you is that under no circumstances can you assume an exact number. So if we look right here, the total number of slaves in the North, it looks like it's on 0, but we're not really sure. So we can't ever just make a definitive response here unless we actually had the specific data in front of us, which we do in a few more slides. We go to the next one. This is the number of slaves owned. The title over here says families owning slaves. There's a little note, 22 families in slaveholding states own 500 or more slaves. Again, we're going to look at the x-axis here and the y-axis. All right, so this will kind of give us a good indication of what's going on. And really, again, you have to look at the whole chart before you really answer those questions. The title of this one says Percentage of Free Persons Holding Slaves, 1860. This is from the University of Virginia Library. Now, when they say free persons, what do you think they really mean? Well, free persons is referring to white people. This is not necessarily referring to free blacks, and that's what they would call them back in the time. This is free persons, whites holding slaves. So there are 529,000 free persons in Alabama. Okay. Out of those, only 33,730 are slaveholders. So the percentage is right here. So you're going to get a chance to look at all of this. And there's also a total line. Again, you want to look at everything. Read the names of the states. Look over these numbers. Look for numbers that stand out, whether they're really high or they're really low. And again, look for patterns. This chart is what we basically use to create some of the earlier charts here. So again, this is an 1860 census, includes all slaveholding states. All right. It goes by state, the total population, the total number of slaves, the number of families in this case, the state of Alabama, the total number of free people, the free population, the total number of slaveholders, the percent of families that actually own slaves, and slaves as a percent of the population. So in Alabama, 45% of the people in Alabama were slaves. Okay. So over here, if I'm working backwards, 35% of all families in Alabama owned at least one slave. Okay. And that means that the total number of slaveholders was 33,730. So there were 529,122 white Americans in Alabama. And there are a total of 96,603 families in Alabama. So these two, I wish the chart from the University of Virginia put these side by side, but there were 529,121 whites and 435,080 total slaves. All right. And so if you add up these two numbers, we will get to here. All right. And if I go to the next two, this has to do with cotton production. All right. And again, you have the X and the Y axis is going a little bit of a different direction. All right. And you have a chart here. And again, I'm going to urge you to read everything and go through it. And this is a price of a male slave over the life cycle. And this was done in 1850. So again, you're looking for information in the x-axis, the y-axis, and you're noticing what's happening in this trend. So it's tracking the value of a slave based on their age. All right. If you guys have questions, you should be going into each of our little mini lesson question and answer Zooms today, which is Friday. All right. Good luck. Do the best you can, and we will talk to you soon.